the ETF.com video series. We're here at Inside ETFs this week. I'm Cynthia Murphy. I'm here with Jillian DelSignore. She's head of ETF distribution for JPMorgan Asset Management. Jillian, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to talk about JPMorgan's ETFs for a little bit.
Sure.
One of the hallmarks of the JPMorgan ETF lineup is the risk-weighted approach to portfolio construction. In this market where everything is rallying, risk assets are doing great, where does risk weighting fit in for an advisor who's trying to figure out where those ETFs belong in a broader portfolio?
So when we were thinking about constructing our multi-factor ETFs, which is what you're referring to with the risk weighting approach, one of the things that we really wanted to do was build out a product that was going to be able to fit at the core of a portfolio. So regardless of market conditions, somebody can feel like they have a really stable core in their portfolio. They provide downside protection and volatility with also the ability to capture upside of the market. So if you look at when volatility will inevitably come back into the market, we are going to be able to provide more of that downside risk management, but then also when markets do rally, like we have been seeing, if you look at the performance of the products, we have been able to capture a significant component of the upside of these markets.
So do you see your advisors using these as part of their core, the portfolio, or are they using them as complements to the core?
It really is at the core of a portfolio. Now, whether or not they're complementing that with another strategy really is, it's about what they're looking to achieve as an outcome. So we have seen these products used as a standalone core in a portfolio, whether it be domestic or international. But we're also seeing them pair them with market cap weighted products. We're seeing them pair them with active strategies. It's really a conversation with the advisor about what are you trying to achieve as an outcome in the portfolio.
Now, we noticed that the latest launches JPMorgan has brought to market have focused on the alternative space, which is a space that's still kind of nascent in the ETF space. There's not a whole lot in there yet. What about alternatives? Have you guys found opportunity, or have you seen a void in terms of product?
Sure, I think you use a great word there, void. We've been saying white space, right? There certainly has been an opportunity for us to bring an existing capability that we have at JPMorgan. So we've been managing alternative beta assets in other wrappers for almost 10 years. And so for us to be able to bring that expertise and if you think about JPHF, for example, a basket of hedge fund exposures in a low-cost, transparent ETF wrapper has been really compelling to investors. It's really democratized access to hedge fund exposures. So it's accessible to all types of investors. And it has been a place, at least within ETFs, where you haven't seen a lot of product. So as we have seen, to your earlier question, markets have been rallying. Advisors are really looking for ways to diversify their portfolio away from just traditional equities and fixed income, preparing for a potential shift in markets. And so we've been having a lot of really compelling conversations about how they insert alternatives into the portfolio, and having a lot of dialogue around where it fits, where are you taking from, what are you trying to achieve with that allocation, and helping them construct the entire portfolio.
Now, as head of ETF distribution, your job is all about distribution. I mean,
Yes.
there's a lot of great ETF ideas that don't get off the ground if they're not well distributed.
That's right.
What's the most challenging part about getting ETFs in the right hands, people using them?
So it's not so much challenging, but I would say one of the biggest conversations that we're having is around education. So we're trying to really work with our clients and help them understand where is it that JPMorgan fits in the marketplace, and the importance of something like due diligence. I think the evolving landscape of product in the market has really highlighted the importance of due diligence. So a lot of our conversations are around how are we differentiated, what are we looking to achieve with our products, and then how do they then take those products and put it into a thoughtful portfolio, as well as capital markets, right? I mean, that T in ETF stands for traded. And if you want to own it, you need to trade it. And so we leverage our capital markets desk internally to have conversations with clients about how to most effectively trades of all sizes, right? No matter what you're trying to achieve. So that's been a huge component of the conversation in helping clients understand the importance of due diligence and where not only do products fit in a portfolio, but how to effectively get them into the portfolio through trading.
So let's switch gears a little bit. Congrats, you've just been nominated or voted, I forget the process, the co-president of Women in ETFs.
Yes.
Now in its 5th year, we just celebrated the anniversary this week. As you look back, what would you say has been the biggest impact women in ETFs has had in the ETF industry so far?
It's been such an incredible ride. Like you said, this was our 5th annual breakfast that we had here, and it's really humbling to see that the organization has grown really from just a few of us with an idea, that many years ago, to over 3,600 members across the globe. Our mission is to connect, support, and inspire women and men within the ETF industry, and I really think that's what we've done. And so the opportunity to make really significant relationships and connections with people from across the ETF industry has been really exciting, and really push to take action to further diversify within our own industry as well as within the broader industry. So think about the conversation we had yesterday at the breakfast is about diversity in the C-suite, and how do we as an industry take action to try to help move that initiative forward. So really connecting, supporting, and inspiring within the entire industry, and trying to take action on initiatives that will help gender diversity in the industry.
I was surprised, was it 15% of the membership now that's men? I was surprised by that. It's the women in ETFs, and we have 15% members are men. Why is it important to have men as members of an organization that's to promote or help out women in this industry?
I think it's incredibly important to have support of men in the industry. It is not just an issue for women to encourage diversity. It's incredibly important for men of all levels in their organizations to encourage that as well. This is something that we all should and do care about. Exactly right. This is not just a one-sided fight. It's something we fight together, and it's so exciting to see the number of men. I mean, our first breakfast we had two men that were in there, and they were from ETF.com.
Right.
They were there because they were helping us with the breakfast, and now to see the number of men that we had in that room and the amount of support that we get from our sponsors and from ETF.com is incredibly exciting, because it does help us take collective action for the initiatives we're trying to push forward.
Yeah, well, just for the record, this was not to pitch ETF.com, but you're welcome for the support.
Exactly, we do appreciate
We're believers
that.
in the cause.
It was here that we kicked off the organization, and it's very special to us.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Jillian. Again, we're at Inside ETFs. I'm Cynthia Murphy, Jillian DelSignore. For more videos, please check ETF.com.